Orbital by Samantha Harvey. This book got a bit of attention because it got a bit of attention beforehand, and then it went and won the Booker Prize for 2024, which gave it a lot more attention. So I've got a hardback edition here. This is the dust jacket. With a picture of Samantha Harvey on it. It's just a little book. Probably, it's 136 pages here, so we're not talking about a lot of book. As an object, my edition is this bright orange, which I do like. There's the spine. Nothing, my wife's reading it, so there's a bookmark in there. I've already read it. As far as an object, this is just a glued binding, what they call a perfect binding, which does not mean that it's good quality. It just means that it lines up. But it lines up because it's glued rather than sewn, which means that it won't last as long as a sewn book. It's not meant to be a keepsake for your grandchildren. Okay, so inside, this is not illustrated or anything like that, though it does have at the very beginning an image of the Earth orbit with daylight, which would take a little time to decipher, which we won't do. Other than that, it's made up of, you can see some each chapter, all right, well, maybe I need to say a little bit about what it's about. And what it's about is it's a number of astronauts who are up on a space station that is orbiting the Earth. It's not really science fiction, although it is fiction. And there is science, but it doesn't have the tropes of science fiction. It's very, very much set in our time and with what we know about science. So some of the people are studying plant life in low gravity. Some people are studying, human tissue or something like that. And it's written in a very poetic way. They think about, as they orbit the Earth several times a day. And each chapter is another orbit. And it takes them over a different part of the Earth. And they look down at the Earth and they think about it, and they're philosophical and thoughtful and a bit melancholy sometimes. Actually, I have to say, a lot of the book seems a bit melancholy. But anyway, it's written in a very poetic way, a beautiful way. The writing is really quite... it's very pretty and literary and thoughtful. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it the whole way through. However, nothing happens. Nothing exactly happens. It's not a plot-driven book. And so if you are looking for a plot-driven book, this is not going to do it for you. It's just sort of more thoughtful, and some things happen, I suppose. People have conversations, they think about things. And there's some cool information about their lives, about what it's like to live up on on a space station, a little bit about how they live, how they swallow the toothpaste or whatever, that kind of thing. And that's interesting. I liked it the whole way through. I will say I was glad that it was short, because the way it's written is so poetic in a way that I don't think I would have liked it if it were twice as long or even half as long again. But I really did like it at the length that it was. So we'll leave it there. That's Orbital. It's very short, by Samantha Harvey.